Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I just want to talk about comics. Well, we're gonna wing it. This is gonna be one of my wing it thingies. The reason why I want to just talk a little bit is because I had a person repost my Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy video, and which I don't care, but I just thought it was kind of weird instead of just replying to me about it. But hey, if you want to do that, that's fine. I guess it does make sense to do a response video, even though it's like, okay, sure. But the reason why I want to talk about it is because he kind of pointed out some points about the whole thing with Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy or whatever, as if what I was kind of saying doesn't validate anything or whatever, and talking about as if he doesn't understand how the comic book industry's been, failing these past couple of years. I mean, that's a truth, to be honest. Like, no matter what anybody want to say, it's not good for the comic book industry. And right now, with all the flux of these creators and artists and stuff like that jumping ship to independent stuff and Substack, you kind of have to put on the smart cap and understand there is a serious issue going on, and a lot of these comic books that have been coming out have been nothing more than fanfic, to be honest. No matter what you want to say or whatever, it is fanfic, because it's not even for established lore of the characters, or we're so far removed from the characters that every time a new comic book comes out, comic book fans, people who read the comic books, we're quick to call out the BS on it, because we know how stupid the stuff is. Because why make a book about Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy eat, bang, sleep, and kill around the country, around the world, and you have a parody show, which Harley Quinn is a damn comedic parody show. It's a parody show, but the problem is that people have to understand is, you just said Batman and Catwoman can't go down on each other, but you don't mind having two lesbians. I mean, not lesbians, but you don't mind having two female characters rubbing clitoris together and doing the sexy tango. That doesn't even make any logical sense to me. I just don't understand. How can you say it's okay for these to do it, but not that, when DC's been trying to push and promote Harley Quinn outside of everything? Because people have to understand, another thing is, the Harley Quinn animated series is drawn in a childish manner, so it looks like kitty artwork that children can get into. That's a truth. That is definitely a truth. No matter how much you want to ignore it, no matter how much you wish for it not to be that, it is that truth. That is that truth. That the art style that they chose for Harley Quinn TV series looks like something that you will see on Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, or Disney Channel when they're doing their cartoon shows. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when you also have this character in R-rated movies, but then you're also pushing her merchandise towards little girls, it just doesn't make any logical sense, to be honest. But that comes with the territory when you're trying to take a villain and trying to make them heroic when they shouldn't be in the first place. But my thing is that, why do something like this? Because that's another thing that a lot of people like to be like, oh, it's a different universe, it's a different thing. The general audience do not know nor care if it's a different universe or whatever, because a lot of people do not pay attention to it. So you can't use that excuse oh, there is no one way or right or wrong reason, way of adapting these characters. And that's been the problem with the comic book industry and just Hollywood entertainment in general. There is no one adaptation of these characters that they think they can do whatever they want to with some of these characters, where it has been proven to turn people off more and more every day. Why do you think the new stuff nowadays that comes out from entertainment gets more criticism than anything from the past? Because they don't stay true to anything anymore. They're always ready to change everything about these characters. And for what? Like, no, seriously, like, for what reason are we changing stuff for these characters? Why can't we have a stable Batman, a stable Superman, a stable Wonder Woman, Harley Quinn, Joker? Like, how come we can't keep these characters how they're supposed to be? And why we always got to make kiddie versions or parody versions of these beloved characters? You can't one minute say that, oh, this is for the adults, and then next minute you have the character promoted for little kids or little girls, mind you. You know what I'm saying? There is no consistency between anything. And I'm not saying that you can't do adaptations, but I think that's what's been wrong this whole time for entertainment, is that we've had these adaptations of these characters, and a lot of people have taken to certain adaptations of these characters, and that's what a lot of people want to see and what they expect. But nowadays, we are like, hey, screw it, we can do our own thing. Every time a new person comes in, they want to do their own new interpretation of these characters, which a lot of times goes against the core character trait of the character. That doesn't even make no damn logical sense to me. Like, why even do something like that? To me, like, oh, I'm gonna do a Harley Quinn show, right? But I'm making this bloody parody, and I'm gonna focus on, her trying to be her own character away from the Joker, but also falling in love with Poison Ivy. Why? She's a villain. She's a villain. But then you got little girls talking about, oh my God, mommy, I want to dress up as Harley Quinn, or Harley Quinn is so cute, so cool, or whatever. And then when you have a comic book like Eat Bang, whatever and stuff like that, that looks like little kids material, kids tell their parents that a lot of parents, they impulsive buy. They buy when they for their children. That's real talk, to be honest. Like, they're not really looking into certain things or whatever and stuff like that. And I know it's kind of crazy to blame the parents, but it is what it is, especially when the way a lot of the material has been show it in a kiddie manner. You know what I'm saying? Like, you show it in a manner where it looks like it's for all ages. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that parents should do their due diligence, but for the entertainment business to come out one minute and be like, no, you can't do this with this character, but then the next minute you can do this with this certain character or whatever and stuff like that, it's hypocritical. Because to me, if all the characters can't do it, then none of the characters should be doing it. You know what I'm saying? If you say that this certain character can't do it, because we're marketing towards kids, okay, then so why are you doing this parody show where the characters are all out of order? Then you have little kids in the show. So, you make that make sense. All I'm saying is, we have to understand that not everybody is going to think these thoughts. All people do is see like, oh, this is a surface level thing. They're not going to look at it like that. As much as I talk about videos about comic books or whatever and stuff like that, a lot of people don't look into anything. A lot of people just see surface trait levels of stuff. But me, as a person who actually read these comic books and a person who actually, watch this stuff and, is up on the date about the kind of stuff, you can kind of see why a lot of this stuff comes off as fan fiction or hypocritical or whatever. Because it is kind of dumb. It's really dumb when you really think about it, and that is the whole point of why I'm saying these videos, or this is the whole point why I'm stating this stuff about the Harley Quinn or the Marvel stuff or any of that kind of stuff, because I just don't like the hypocrisy of it all. If you're going to force this down people's throats about the whole nonsense or whatever, you have to be okay with, oh snap, shit, oh man, I just screwed up. Anyway, ignore that. All I'm saying is you can't have one without the other. That's all I'm saying. If you're going to do a parody show about a lot of stuff, if you're going to do whatever with certain characters or whatever, be mindful that people might not like it, people will like it, and some people going to criticize it. And to think that there is no there is not a loudness of criticizing things. Like, that's another thing, Alyssa, as if we're supposed to automatically like anything that the entertainment business drops on us. No, that's not how this works. I don't care what the reasoning is, but I'm not going to I'm not going to sit up here and be like, oh yeah, this is a cool show because reasons. When if I watch the first couple of episodes, if I don't like it, I don't like it. And if I want to call it out on this BS, I'll call it out on this BS or whatever. It's not beheld to me not criticizing it. And I'm not about to sit up here and be like, using the excuse that, oh, it's a multiverse or it's doing its own thing. Okay, and what that got to do with anything? You kind of have to look at it from all the sides. And I'm not saying that I'm the most perfect person, judge of character or whatever, because like I said, there are plenty of people who love the Harley Quinn show. That's fine. I don't love the Harley Quinn show because I feel like DC has been just, they took a character that was well beloved, well known, and they literally beat it with a baseball bat and just keep going. And when Harley Quinn been in more movies than Superman and Batman have in the past couple of years, you fucked up. You fucked up with this character. And now you're trying to make her a hero now after numerous times where she done kill people, and you got a parody show where it is her doing funny, crazy things with her maybe sometimes lover Poison Ivy, because hey, that was a focus for some reason, and for me it's just like, what do you want? Like, you can't ask me to erase all of the history or adaptations of the characters that I've known for all these years that truthfully was doing better in the past than they are doing now. Because what is happening? You get what I'm saying? Like, why are we getting less revenue from this stuff now? It's brand new stuff out right now, and yet these companies are struggling to sell this stuff. Sure, they get some sales or whatever, and that's great and all, but they struggle at the end of the day to keep the revenue going for this stuff, because a lot of people are just turned off from it. And I'm not saying that you can't have fun with this stuff or whatever, but when these companies come out and speak out on things or whatever and try to be holier than thou, you just be like, all right, shut the hell up. You guys done already messed up a lot beforehand, and now you're trying to be holier than thou and trying to tell people how they're supposed to feel or whatever. And it just, I don't know, it just kind of bothers the spirit. You just be like, okay, sure, DC, sure. I mean, I know this video is random, sorry for that, but I love to do random thoughts and whatever. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be one of those people that reads from a script, put everything together, and be like, oh yeah, let me get a script together so I can read from it. Nah, no thanks. Because I want to try to be as genuine as possible with my thoughts when I'm coming out and making a video, because you're hearing it from how I'm perceiving it right now in the moment, that I hope people appreciate. I understand that some people wish people do better with their videos or blogs or podcasts or whatever and stuff like that, but I just thought that this is the most realist version of me, and why not talk in the realist version instead of like trying to sugarcoat it for people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. But yeah, this is just my random thoughts. We're just chit-chatting about, you know, the adaptations of it all. Let's title the video The Mixed Feelings of Adaptations. I like that one. The Mixed Feelings of Adaptations. That's a good one, y'all. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out, everybody.